Hi Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. This is Ellie here. Today we're going to be doing your tarot reading based on the channeled message that I got from looking at your astrological transits in depth. And if you follow my channel already for a while, you know I've spoken a lot about how the ruling planet of Scorpios, which is Mars, is going to be changing sign quite a few times this year. I believe 6 or 7 times. So I think that this will also correspond with certain changes that are coming into your life. And we're going to try to figure out and try to take a look today with tarot what are these changes that are coming to your life are. Before we get started, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the ring button so that you never miss another video from me. Check out my new astrology channel where I talk about all kind of things from beauty secrets based on your astrology sign to different ancient techniques in astrology. Check it out. It's going to be in the description box of this video, just like the rest of information, whether it's about private readings, classes, and all that other stuff. It's all going to be in the description box. If there's going to be an extended, it's also going to be in the description. And anyway, guys, let's get started. So let's see, for my dear Scorpios, what are the things that are coming up into your life now, because I do think there is quite a lot headed your way. Let's see. My Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, and I'm using tropical as I find it a lot more accurate. However, feel free to watch for whichever placement you resonate with. Your first card is 9 of Pentacles. Didn't this come up as the first card for Scorpios before as well? I think it did. I think that, okay, if you are in a place where you already are financially stable, financially prosperous, expect more good news heading your way. This good news could come in a, in a way of a message. There might be some kind of collaboration project that will be taking place soon, or some kind of award of some sort, or maybe you just get approved for a better interest rates. It could be honestly like a variety of different things. Maybe you get a new job, or maybe like if you're auditioning, you're gonna get that role, like it could be a lot of different things here. But if you already are in that place, expect more good news coming your way. If you are not financially stable at the moment, I think that there are gonna be good news regarding to financial stability, prosperity coming soon. All right, that's a good start. Let's see what else. We also have here the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, everything that has to do with your progress in life, stability, your coins, all of these things are getting much better. I think the universe starts to recognize you as a person who has a lot to offer. And they say that although your progress was slower than you'd like it to be up to this point, actually, I think from this point onwards, things are going to start speeding up for you. And it's funny, I just said that you guys are going to be getting a message, and I don't know, somebody messaged me on my phone too. I think it's an omen. But I think with the Knight of Pentacles here, what many people kind of like don't realize about this card is that it's not necessarily a slow progress. It's more like this knight here has returned from certain journey. He was somewhere and he has returned, and now he is reassessing where does he want to go next. So I think for a lot of you guys, there is soon going to be this moment where, even if there's been any kind of slowdown or pause in your life, it's for the better, because right now you are being asked to decide which direction do you want to go in your life. Like, make sure that you don't waste your energy, because sometimes we do this. I do this for sure. Like, you don't really want to do something, but you do this for some reason, and then you are like asking yourself, oh my god, why did I waste all my energy on this while I could have done something else, something I really want to. So you have to get honest with yourself about what is it you're truly desiring. And I think that this came up in one of your previous readings as well, where you really had to be honest with the universe and with yourself, because the universe is going to show you the path towards the thing you really want to. And you want to be in moments like this in life, you want to be 100% honest, where you're not going to just water yourself down, or where you're going to settle for being second best. You want to be ambitious in your goals. You want to go for what maybe even seems to be impossible. And sorry guys, let me just turn off my phone. Super weird, because my phone never makes, like, I never get notifications on it, and suddenly I started your reading and I got like 100 notifications. But basically, yeah, you need to be honest with yourself at the moment about where you want to go, because you don't want to waste a moment like this while you can really shoot for the stars, but you choose to settle for something less. Don't make that mistake. Okay, let's see what else. We also have here 10 of Wands, because the thing is, what's been going on, I think, over and over again for you is that you kind of maybe wasted your energy on projects or people that, you know, they weren't ultimately what is it your main ambition in life is. So maybe like when it came to the point of actually pursuing your main ambition or what you truly want, you didn't have enough energy because you kind of blocked yourself a little bit with different responsibilities and different things you had to do. And once again, I understand, like, you know, it's not always so easy to just be like, oh, I just got to pursue whatever I want. Sometimes you need to survive, and you need to, you know, like kind of like work with what you have at times. So don't blame yourself, but just make sure from this point onwards, you are not wasting your energy on things that are not that important to you, because otherwise it becomes one of these things that kind of like you're carrying too much and like you don't have enough time or energy to focus on what's actually truly important for you. Let's see what else. We also have here 4 of Wands. I think when it comes to also settling, home, like relationships, this is where really things are getting better for you. And I think I did say this in one of your previous recent readings, how with, you know, with so many planets in your 4th house and Jupiter especially being there, I do think that this is going to be the year where you really are going to fix if there's any issues in your family life, in your home life. If you're not happy with the place where you're living, you're really going to align yourself with a home and with a place where you truly belong. There is going to be reasons to celebrate. For some of you, it's even like an engagement, because obviously this is like a marriage, wedding ceremony in this card here. But like for others, if it's not, you know, where you feel like you are headed, I think this has to do a lot with you really finding your true home, really kind of like having that, if especially you never had that strong foundation in life, if you never had that strong starting point, this is going to get corrected now. Let's see what else. We also have here 9 of Wands, but interestingly enough, to the both sides of this 4 of Wands, we have the 10 and the 9 of Wands. So I think your home life is really kind of becoming a bit of this center stage right now, if you will, where it's like it's clear that you have completed some stage of, you know, whether with your family or with your place of living. And I'm getting that there's been a lot of responsibilities that you had, maybe even like taking care of some of your family members or something like that. And now it's kind of getting lifted, but at the same time, you're not in that space yet where you fully trust whether that you are safe, secure, and protected. There is something where you worry about your safety, like the basic survival sometimes is still a bit of an issue. And I think here with this 9 of Wands, it's almost like whenever you find that stability, whenever you ground yourself, there is a part of you that's kind of like wondering, oh, when the next crisis is going to hit, when the next challenge is going to come. Because like I feel like your life has always been so turbulent that you never had a moment really to just relax and to just assess where is it you want to go, who you want to be. Like you never had a moment to relax in life. And as we know, right, Scorpio's lives are lives full of ups and downs. So there's always been that. And I think that for you, in a way, crisis sometimes is a lot more comfortable and familiar because it's something that you're used to. It's something you already know kind of like what to do when crisis hits. And I'm not saying the crisis is coming. I'm just saying that this is kind of like what you've learned psychologically over the years. So whenever things actually get better, whenever you find that emotional stability, that, financial stability, it's almost like things don't seem like, it's almost like it kind of freaks you out a little because you know that, when things are too good to be true, it's like, there's something might be coming up. And I believe there is also actually, even if we go by sidereal, there is one specific nakshatra of Scorpio. I believe it's not Visakha, it's a different one. I don't remember, but I think Kapil Raj Keras, who I really like as an astrologer, once did a video about how Scorpios go through this up and down, up and down. I forgot exactly which Scorpio constellation he was talking about, but there may be people who are watching this right now are of that constellation. But there is a part of you that's almost kind of like, is scared what's coming next. But I don't think there is anything bad that's coming. It's more like you are alert. It's hard for you to just relax and be like, well, I'm stable. Strength card. A Leo could be important Leo in your life. I also think that August and September of this year are going to be very, very important months to you. And also I feel like, okay, so you could either either be like an Aries rising, people who watching this with like Scorpio in your 8th house, or you could be you could be like a Capricorn rising with Scorpio in your 8th house, sorry, with Leo in your 8th house. There's something about 8th house. There could be 8th house placement of Leo or of Scorpio. But it's like, I'm getting that once again, this is the theme that's been coming up for you before as well. There is something here about you also tapping in fully to your own inner strength. There is, of course, resources of other people that's going to be available to you. I see that for a lot of you, and of course, this is not meant to be any kind of financial advice or anything, but I feel like for a lot of you, there is going to be really an opportunity to, I don't know, maybe somehow expand your earnings or get some kind of good rates, interest rates, like a loan on something, or get some kind of grant and really invest this money, not just sit on the cash, but like invest this money into something, make that money work for you. And I feel like this is also going to give you an opportunity to get out maybe of like an okay kind of like life that you have, but not really fully that lifestyle and that level where you want to be at. And of course, as I always say, 8th house also has to do with resources of your partner, like when you're marrying someone, like you share your resources with them, any kind of business partners as well who share their talents and their resources with you. So really don't sleep on this one. Once again, until the end of the 2021, Scorpios are going through North Node transit over the 8th house. This is a very, very rare opportunity to really not just attempt to do everything by yourself, but actually have, you know, if you ask right now for help, other people, if you really try to, you know, like have other people somehow like help you with their resources, with their talents, and even with their advice, with their energy, it is available right now. So don't sleep on this one. Let's see what else. We also have here 9 of Cups, because actually what I think is also taking place right now is that you're being shown a way to your fulfillment. So whatever goals you have for yourself, whatever dreams and projects you have, even if it hasn't really taken off yet to the degree that you want it to take off, with this 9 of Cups card, I'm getting like, if you don't allow certain setbacks that you've had up to this point to kind of like, you know, dictate your reality and dictate your perception of yourself, you are going to be very soon getting to the point where whatever it is you want, whether it's a bigger salary, whether it's certain recognition, whether it is a significant other, you're going to get that 9 of Cups fulfillment. It is coming. It's more like that part of you is also sort of alert, because for you, it's much easier to kind of believe that things could get worse rather than they could get better. And there is nothing wrong with it. You are not like less spiritual because of that. You are not some kind of negative person because of that. It's just, you know, Scorpios, it's been, you know, kind of like statistically, I guess, proven, are a lot more prone to trauma and to like, you know, more calamities in life, which is why, of course, if you've been through trauma, there is a part of you that's always scared to lose your stability. There's a part of you that's kind of always expecting that things are going to go bad and sour again. It's nothing bad. It's just like, you know, it's psychology, you know, so I'm getting that you need to kind of like start trusting that actually things are not going to get worse. Things are going to get better this time. And you have the universal support for that. So just focus also on what is it you want. What do you want? Like, even if, okay, like let's just have a talk for a second. Even if you are completely 100% unhappy with the things you've created so far, with the things you've manifested so far, and so on and so forth. If, let's say, you know, like, okay, let's accept that maybe you are not where you want to be in life, but what do you want? Like, if you were to, you know, be given an opportunity to change things, and if you for a second just forgot about the things that are not going well and the things that you are maybe ashamed of, because very often Scorpios experience this shame. You know, you have Leo in your midheaven, which is your 10th house, which is also, you know, something that this can signify your career. Your 10th house, Leo, you want, especially when it comes to career and social status, to appear strong, to appear like a person, you know, who is accomplished, to appear as a person who, you know, like with Taurus in your 7th as well. You know, it's also this energy where you want to give an impression of how you're doing well in life. You don't like when people pity you or when people look down to you. You need to be admired to a degree, because it's important for you. It's just, the way you are like set up, So I'm getting that for a lot of you, there is this internalized feeling of shame where you feel like a failure in some way, or where you feel like you're not good enough, or where you feel like really cheated, or that people really didn't appreciate you, didn't love you enough. And there is that feeling there. And it's like, it's part of it is kind of like shame, being ashamed of yourself, of feeling not good enough, and like feeling like, there is this weird feeling. And I think also because Chiron is in Aries now, which is your sixth house of work and job, it could be very much connected to your colleagues, to your work, where you're just not feeling satisfied when it comes to work. Like you know that you're meant to be somewhere better, meant to do better things. It's not always straightforward. How do you get from a place where you found yourself now, maybe dealing too much with other people's problems, maybe moving, too slow, or kind of like basically being not in the bad necessarily circumstances, but not being in your ideal circumstances. And I think what's extremely important right now is to focus on, okay, so if you could, because you will receive help of other people. So let's just make imaginary example. Let's say you maybe are some kind of wellness coach, or I don't know, have some kind of business online, and you're not getting that traction. And maybe it's like, you're not getting like the support for your work that you need. Yeah, sure, like it kind of sucks because it seems like it just gets worse and worse or stays the same. But let's imagine you would make connection with people who would have resources of some sort, or connections also of some sort, which could help you, let's say, get a feature in like a major publication, major magazine, or like give you the necessary PR or attention that you need, to do better. Like things could happen really, maybe not just through your own self-efforts that you've been trying to do so far, but through you aligning yourself with the right people. And like especially if you go through moments where you're like, fuck, people didn't really appreciate me, people didn't really care. So who cares? Let these people go. They are not worth your time any longer. They had a chance to be a part of your life. They didn't appreciate you. So you shouldn't waste any more time to even focus on what happened. Why did they treat you that way? Focus on the people who actually can help you and lift you up and elevate in life. Because that's the thing. In the universe, everything is always balanced. So if you ever had a situation where people mistreated you and people took from you and never gave anything back, or gave back something minuscule, which was never, like even near to how much you've given, don't worry, it is going to be balanced. And yeah, sure, maybe not through these people, but they will have to deal with their own karma. It will get balanced through maybe people of power, a powerful person or powerful people offering you a hand, or universe somehow will find a way to balance you for the things that you've lost. You just have to right now declare to the universe, what is it you want? Who does it you want to be? And be ready to receive that. Do not waste any more time on the people who've mistreated you, people who didn't see your potential, people who didn't care about you, people who didn't treat you well. They're not worth even a second of your time anymore. Focus on the people who the universe is going to send you to give back what you've lost before, to give back the things that you never received. That's what you need to be focused on. Oh, wow. All right, let's see what else. We have here Eight of Pentacles. Well, here we go. Wheel of Pentacles with a Wheel of Fortune. That's the thing. If you know that you're also putting in the work in making yourself a better person, in creating something that's going to make the world a better place, if you've been putting in the work and the hours and been really grinding, hustling, I don't know, whatever those other words are, do believe, with the Wheel of Fortune. What many people don't know, right, of course, about this card is that we have here these four winged creatures, and some sources say that they are holding like a Torah book in it. However, in my opinion, what I think they are holding, these four winged creatures, which is the man, the eagle, the ox, and the lion, is actually kind of like our Akashic records. And how there is a concept, right? All of your deeds are always recorded. Like there is nothing, like even if let's say you do something but other people never find out, actually in energy world and in a higher universe, it's always, everything you do is always recorded. So what I think is interesting here, because this card is showing up here in between your Four of Wands and 10 of Wands and next to the Eight of Pentacles, is that the hard work you've done, even though it seems like, no one ever acknowledged that, like you didn't get what you deserve, it hasn't been in vain. Actually, there has been a force, like a higher power that's been watching you. And once again, it's like for you, I guess a test as well is to not, go Kylo Ren, or like, what was the other guy? To not go Darth Vader right now, because this is your moment where you could turn into Darth Vader. But just, kind of like keep on doing the things that you know are right. Adjust your course of action where necessary, but know that with the Wheel of Fortune, the universe is going to bring you your fortune. The universe is going to bring you the things that you have worked for. It is not going to be unacknowledged. It is not going to be something that's going to be just like, oh, whatever. Scorpio just never gets what they want. It is going to be acknowledged. It is going to be like your prayers, your wishes are going to be fulfilled. So let's see what else, guys. Don't let also your doubt cloud your vision. Another message I'm getting here. We also have here Ace of Cups. And honestly, for a lot of you, this rebalancing, I don't know what happened with my camera. This rebalancing is also going to come this rebalancing is going to come through love, through an offer of love, through a new beginning, through a spring renewal. For a lot of you guys, things are going to get so much better by the end of spring. And when I say by the end of spring, it doesn't mean that all the spring you're going to suffer and only then it's going to get better. No, something as simple as feeling, when spring starts, right? At least in the northern hemisphere, how everything starts blooming. And there is this feeling of hope for the future. I feel like that's how the spring is going to be for you. Suddenly you will see that your past no longer holds kind of all the power. You know how, and I guess we've been talking about this for a while already in Scorpio readings, how there is this boundary between past and present. However, I feel like this spring is going to come to kind of close. It's going to come to its final process where you've been kind of in a while in between the stage of how old things ended, but new things haven't fully taken off or fully haven't started. So you've been in this weird place, which I think is weird for Scorpios, because Scorpios is this death and rebirth. You like either things to be just, let things end, or this new beginning that's powerful, but you've been kind of in between. I think for the longest time. And I think that this spring there is finally going to be this border, this boundary where that's it. You're really fully seeing where you are now, where you are headed, and things from the past are going to stop bothering you. I think it still does bother you. If you are going to be honest with yourself, there is still moments when you wonder, why did it happen with this person that way? Why did it happen with this career project that way? It could be for different people. Of course, it's general reading, different things. But as spring comes, all of that is just going to be over. Let's see what else. All right, and we have here Five of Pentacles, because that's the thing. With the Five of Pentacles card here in between the 9 and the Knight, many of you, if you will be completely honest with yourself, have done certain things in life because it had to do a lot with kind of survival. And there's been Five of Pentacles been a vibration, and this is not about money. It's more about just the state of your soul, how you've been feeling. Five of Pentacles been the vibration for whatever reason you've been coming back over and over again, where it's just feeling neglected, feeling left out in the cold, feeling whatever you do is just never enough. You're looking around, and as much as, yes, they always say don't compare yourself to others, focus on yourself. Still, we are human beings and we live in a physical world. So whenever there is something going on around us, it's natural for us to look around. And when you see, let's say, there's someone who works not as hard as you and who is not better than you in any way, and you see them manifesting everything, you see them getting everything and love and everything that you deserve as well, you kind of cannot help but wonder, where did I go wrong? Why am I the one who is not acknowledged? Why am I the one who no one cares about? And with the Five of Pentacles, of course, it could translate to your work, especially if you're any kind of artist or in a public position. Or it could also be translated, of course, to your personal relationships, where you feel this in love, you keep constantly, or maybe even, forget love, even in friendship, where you kind of give and give and give to other people, and you are hoping that, oh my God, maybe finally I found a friend I can trust. Maybe I finally found someone who's going to be there for me, given that I'm with them through thick and thin. However, what happens is someone better comes along in their life, they meet a better friend, they make a better connection, and you somehow, it's, how it is, and I wonder if Scorpios would agree with me or not, but you are someone who usually can feel people kind of slipping away or drifting away from you, even if, let's say, you don't have official conflict or official fight, whether we're talking friends or whether we're talking significant other or even, work related stuff. let's say like you never even had a conflict with a person and like nothing really happened, but you kind of like Scorpios, the reason why many people call Scorpios like paranoid is because Scorpios can actually pick up the signs of somebody's disinterest or somebody slowly starting to drift away, and like find other people, find better friends, more connected friends, or find better, I don't know, lovers or whatever. Scorpios can feel it before it actually even happens, at the very, very first moment, at the very, very, very first sign, before it even happens. This is why many people say like, oh, Scorpio, you are just so crazy and so suspicious. It just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know, maybe it is a self-fulfilling prophecy, but more so than not, from at least what I've observed, it has to do a lot with you being so sensitive and really being able to see through the darkness, where you start picking up when someone's drifting away or when somebody is like starting to distance themselves from you at the very first sign. And this was the vibration that you've been coming back to over and over again, where it always feels the same. You just feel like neglected. And I think for a lot of you, it has to do with the dominant kind of like experience and memory, maybe from your childhood, maybe in your very childhood. And I think honestly psychology is extremely important, even if you're more into like spiritual understanding of things and tarot and astrology. I think without psychology we cannot move forward, because it like I keep coming back always to finding that only by combining psychology with all these other tools we can actually get somewhere. But I think basically, anyway, long story short, there was some kind of experience in your childhood where you just really felt like, maybe it was like early on with a mother or father, or just any kind of early childhood experience, where for whatever reason you felt this Five of Pentacles energy first time. And once again, it doesn't have to do with money, it doesn't have to do necessarily, it could be of course, but it has to do more of a feeling of this emotional signature of this wound that you're carrying, where you just felt like you weren't heard, you felt like you weren't enough, maybe you felt like maybe you are not wanted. And this trauma, I think, sits very deep. It's something that you would need to work with a therapist, with a qualified professional to heal. But this is the trauma, that frequency that you keep coming back to over and over, that feeling that whatever you do, no matter how hard you try, like when I was a kid, I listened to Linkin Park a lot. They had the song, which was the song, Chester Bennington, by the way, had Mars in Cancer, which is interesting. What was that song? In the end, I think that was the lyric, right? Like, I tried so hard, but in the end, it like doesn't even matter. And I feel like you keep coming back to that frequency. You keep being reminded of those experiences, which you kind of like wish, you could just leave behind. So wow, pretty intense. Let's see what else. What are the changes coming into your life, Scorpios? We have here a Tower with the King of Swords. I feel like there is going to be a chance very soon to break out of these experiences once and for all. I think maybe for some of you, you're going to meet a person who could be a bit kind of harsh. Their energy is one of this which doesn't sugarcoat things. It could even be like a therapist or any kind of qualified professional, or some kind of person who is just not going to sugarcoat things to you. They're going to give you some truth, honestly, which will feel a bit like a Tower moment. Honestly, it's not going to feel very pleasant. I'm just telling you the truth here based on what I see. It's nothing to be freaked out about. It's more like, when someone just tells you honestly the way things are. And sometimes it's not something like this sugar-coated love and light BS, but however, it does hold valuable information that if you kind of take it into the accounting of your situation, it can actually help you, kind of like get rid of potential problem or any kind of problem you're already experiencing. And I think whatever this person is going to tell you is going to be nothing but the truth. It's going to change your life, because this is going to be the moment where all your false illusions, all the false foundations of your life, wherever you see like things are not being stable, whatever is basically not built on a strong foundation, you're going to have a chance yourself to recreate and rebuild 10 times stronger. Okay, let's go into the 7 fated changes coming to Scorpios, as Mars, which is the ruling planet of Scorpios, is changing signs 7 times. And let me just make sure, okay, again, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sag. Yeah, 7 times. Scorpios ruling planet Mars is changing 7 times this year, which is, once again, like I said, 2020, we had entire second half of 2020 Mars just staying in Aries. So like this is a very different energy this year that we are dealing with than the energy that we had, last year. Let's see, what are the 7 fated changes Scorpios are going to experience? Change number 1. Oh my god, guys. 2 of Cups. I like it a lot. Let me just move this card here. 2 of Cups. First faded change. So soulmate. I told you this in other readings before. I bet my money on that Scorpios will meet their soulmate. Second faded change is the Tower. I think it's just really kind of like confirming this energy we just saw. Whatever, once again, is not good for you, it's going to be removed. And I think it's even like, it's not even like any kind of monthly reading. You can watch this honestly anytime in 2021, maybe even later. Third faded change for Scorpios, the World. Because there are things in your life that truly it's time to end them. You have completed one cycle of your incarnation and it's time for you to go back to the next one. And in the extended, we're going to be looking in depth in all the 7 faded changes. I'm just kind of want to draw the cards. Next level. It's time to go to your next level. You know it. Fourth faded change for Scorpios. We have here 5 of Pentacles. Okay, that has to do with this frequency that we've seen here with 5 of Pentacles, where there is some kind of major I think trauma that stems all the way back from your childhood, where your needs were not acknowledged, and it keeps creating situations that make you feel again and again like this. Okay, let's look at 5th faded change. Okay, we have here 2 of Pentacles, 5th faded change. I have my idea what this means. We'll take a look more at this, but I think it has to do with your finances and also investments and things like this. Okay, 6th faded change for Scorpios. Oh, okay. We also have here, interesting how it came out like this, right? 7 of Swords, 7 of Swords upright, 10 of Wands reversed. Ah, very interesting, because we did have here the 10 of Wands as well. There is something about finding a trick to do something in a much more efficient way. And also there is a trick to, I'm not saying cheat the system in a negative way, but there is something, you're going to receive, I think, a piece of information or news or something, maybe it even going to come through this King of Swords person, that's going to help you, instead of like doing so much work and getting so little in return, to somehow elevate yourself 10 steps higher from how you currently are. Okay, and the last, 7th faded change for Scorpio. Let's see. 3 of Cups. A lot more fun, enjoyment, maybe new friends potentially. Happiness overflown. But, of course, this is very... We're going to take a look. Oh my god, this is already 30 minutes. We're going to take a look in the extended. We have 7 faded changes from the 2 of Cups all the way to the 3 of Cups, which is also interesting. From the 2 to the 3, it's almost like there is this mini also journey and process. That's, you know, kind of like how you're manifesting also the soulmate connection, this marriage partner, this, you know, person who is truly meant to heal you. I feel like from all the previous pain that you've had before, like someone who's finally on a different level of everything you've experienced before. We're going to take a look in the extended for all the 7 changes, 7 faded changes coming up for Scorpios. Once again, this is not time specific reading. Anytime in 2021, I would say is, you know, good to watch this. Maybe even in 2022. Link to the extended is going to be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Love you all and appreciate. And I'll see you in the extended. Bye.